YouTube. Welcome to Hope for Survival YouTube. Appreciate your time. Thanks for coming back. Welcome to the new subscribers. And thank you for tuning in as well. And it is Saturday evening, I believe August 24th, I think. Being retired, I don't keep up with the dates too much anymore. So, I guess I'm fortunate. I remember what day of the week it is. So, anyway, thanks for tuning in. I wanted to stop by and just share some thoughts with you on a topic called the October Surprise. What is the October Surprise? Seems like over the year after year after year, over the last 10 years plus, there's always surprises, right? Some of them pan out, some of them don't pan out. We get surprises without warnings of a surprise, and so many folks are living on pins and needles, and sad to hear that, because there's more to life than living in fear. So I'll share the good news and the bad news of the October surprise. Let's go with the bad news first. First, let me tell you, a lot of the information that is now circulating the web is rumored to be coming from the dark web. There is a dark web, and then there is a darker web beneath the dark web. And it is rumored it is coming from the darker web. So, don't know who it is, and you can't validate the validity of this information. But there's a lot of chatter going on referencing this topic. So, the speculation is that the October surprise will be, and could be 1, 2, 3 things. Okay, I'm sharing with you what I'm hearing. Okay, I'm not saying these to be the case because I can't validate it. And typically, I won't come here and share information if I can't get a pretty good validation of the information, but I wanted to share this with you ahead of time. So if any of this pans out, you roughly have 40 days to address any of the areas that you may need to continue addressing, and I'll cover more in a few minutes. But there's speculation there will be 1 or 2 grid down events coming in October. The longevity of them is unknown. The entity conducting the grid down has been rumored to either be from China or internal. If the grid goes down, does it honestly matter who the entity is who is causing the grid down when you're the one without electricity and the niceties in life that electricity brings to your home and your lifestyle? So think along the lines of, there is a possibility of 1 or 2 grid down events to take place in the month of October 2024. There is lots of speculation and discussion that we are going to face lockdowns again come October from either one of 2 causes. One being they're going to use monkeypox as a reason, and another variant of the bird flu. Okay, they're already discussing a new vaccination in these areas, and so on and so typical, same as during 2020 when the C virus was out and about. So the third topic of chatter that is going around is that one of these events or both of these events is going to potentially drive the government into a lockdown. Okay, there's some beliefs that this will be a permanent lockdown. You need to keep in mind there's, I believe, 20 to 25 states that are still under an emergency action state that has rolled over from the C era that was never canceled out. So I don't know if you're in one of those states, but you need to be prepared for the potential of a lockdown, another variant, and grid down. Okay, now we can discuss how convenient that is coming a month before the November election, right? Seems like a simple thing to do when you fear that you're going to lose the power that you currently hold, and you still have plans moving the nation and the world towards Agenda 2030. Okay, and the rumored transition to the digital currency, digital platform on a national and global level to come in December. So we'll know more on that in October. There is a BRICS Summit, BRICS, BRICS Summit coming up in October. And it is believed the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, and 25 additional nations that have signed on, that they are going to take a vote to move forward to institute. Time will tell, we'll see. You can listen to 10 discussions, 5 say yay and 5 say nay that it's going to come. You just need to mentally make note and be aware that this could happen. Remember, the BRICS nations plus the 25 nations that are signed up for BRICS, in addition to the 5, constitute about 75% of the world's population. So that's a majority of the world, and we'll see what happens. So there is a high probability there's going to be a lot of things happening between now and November 6th. One of the areas that no one is discussing, we have discussed here at Hope for Survival for probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and that is natural occurrences. And there are many natural occurrences happening at an increased rate around the world. Floods, oceans around the world, the waves are increasing, the tide levels higher. There's locations where it's as if there's a wall in the water directing the tides in different directions as they come to shore. There's all kind of crazy things. There's earthquakes, numerous earthquakes and volcanoes that are happening around the world as well. So we always, in the back of our mind, have to remember to be prepared for natural occurring type events, and that's all based on location and where you live for the most part. Okay. There's another, we're going into the last week of August, and there's another heat wave coming this week with no rain in the forecast. I'm hearing more and more and more folks who are writing me and telling me either from Facebook, YouTube, or off the website that for the most part their gardens were a total bust this year, primarily because of lack of rain and in the heat, just prolonged heat in the daytime and at night. So that brings us to the good news. We need good news after that, right? If you're a person who has been preparing for any period of time, the information that I'm sharing with you, whether it's this video or other videos or on the webpage, this is information to inform you of potential reasons that your preparedness efforts may be put to test. Okay, whether it's short term or long term. The good news is because you have already been preparing and you are attentive to events that are occurring, whether they're natural or man-made. The good news is you're ahead of about 50%, maybe 60%, or even 70% of the country. The fact that you now have had time and another 40 days to October to step up your preparedness, polish off any last things that you've been needing to do or just been putting off, writing plans and so forth. You're ahead of the game. You know what to look for. You know, if you're in town and you see certain events occurring around you, you know how to think outside the box, stay left of bang, and get out of the area and get to your safe haven. Okay, you already know these things, so you're ahead of many. Okay, and this should help you tremendously. A great deal, matter of fact. So you should not be letting any of this information that's shared here or on other podcasts put fear in you, scare you. It should only inform you and drive you to use these last days to do things you must do. Okay? Whether it's in your food, water, security of your home, sheltering. If you plan on leaving the area where you are and going to a safer place, you know to be looking for indicators. Bank holidays on Friday, long lines at ATM machines. Things of that nature. Okay, you have major unions at shipyards getting ready to strike at the end of this month. You had another major trucking company file for bankruptcy and shut their doors last week. So between less vessels to move resources into the states or to warehouses to then be shipped to your local grocery store, remember, it's when the trucks stop rolling that you have a problem, especially if you have not prepared. Okay, the truckers moving the goods inland is key, and it's critical. And if we don't have, whether because of they need truck drivers, or we don't have enough trucks, or fuel cost, whatever it may be, or we have supply chain issues, these all can impact you in a great way, either in food, pharmaceuticals, and fuel. Same story, different day. We've talked about this at length in the past. Okay, so this is simply a video to alert you to chatter that's occurring for October. as an October surprise. I don't think the jobless report that came out last week stating that they had to correct, I think it was the March numbers downward to 800,000 lost jobs for the month was pretty staggering, and it should be another eye-opener that things are not good. Companies are laying people off by the thousands, so I don't think there will be an October surprise. I think that if they believe Donald Trump is going to be elected, they're going to hold off on the bad news on the economy until shortly after he would assume office and dump it in his lap. Okay, that's just my thought. Anyone who believes if Donald Trump's elected that it's going to be a peaceful 4 years, I got a bridge to sell you. It's probably going to be worse than the first 4 years. And the key is going to be how focused and ruthless he is when he comes into office, but more importantly, the names of who he puts in key positions around him. He didn't do so well in the first term. Okay, he needs an entire administration who agrees that they need to cut government, get rid of government waste. They need to resolve and solidify the our foreign policies from what it's been the last 4 years. It goes on and on and on. I don't want to make this video about what he needs to do. I think most people have that figured out. But he does need to get people who are marching to the same beat and who are not spying on him and part of the world government or the central banking or the elites in Wall Street. All right, so just my thoughts. So what you can take away from this video is take the information I shared as information. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't panic. There's no reason to panic. And just use this next 40 days to basically polish things up. Make sure you don't have any shortfalls and that all your resources and plans are in place. Okay, you have to be head on a swivel time and keep your focus so that you can adapt and adjust to one or more events occurring at any given moment. Okay, and as difficult as it is for me, and I know it is for others as well because of the times that we're living in, I as a believer, I have to sometimes pinch myself and remind myself of Hebrews chapter 13 verse 17 and Isaiah 41:10. Okay, that's Hebrews 13 verse 17 and Isaiah 41:10. Okay, these are not worries that we should be worrying about, and it should be a time to strengthen our faith and bond in our relationship with the Lord, and keep doing what we need to do to take care of ourselves and our family. Okay, so have a blessed evening and have a blessed Sunday. Enjoy life, enjoy your family, take care of yourselves, and if you like this video, please hit like. You can share, please, to someone you think it may help. And if you have not subscribed, please consider doing so and leave any comments below, and I will get back to you. Okay? So always remember, don't forget to give thanks. And as always, remember we are blessed people. So, Lord willing, I'll see you in the next video. Bravo Echo out.